Welcome to another episode of Chicago Business Community. Today I'm sitting down with the co-founders of Gloss, a beauty salon in Fulton Market of Chicago. Today I'm joined by Tara, Danielle, and Alexis, and I'm learning more about their story, what it takes to open up your own beauty salon, and learning about your journey all along. So please, Tara, if you would like to introduce yourself, a little bit more about who you are.
Okay. My name is Tara Peterson. I grew up outside of the city here in the northwest suburbs, Lake Zurich represent. And when I graduated high school, I moved down to the city here and I went to Paul Mitchell, the School of Chicago, for beauty school. Went there in 2018, graduated within the year, and then started at a salon here in the city. So
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle?
All right, my name is Danielle Pearson. I am from the southwest suburbs, and I also went to Paul Mitchell, Chicago, same year as Tara. Graduated in almost a little under a year, and then started at a salon right away in 2019. I was there for almost 6 years, and that's where life brought me today, was here.
Awesome. Alexis?
Hi, I'm Alexis Chambers. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I started doing hair again after high school graduation in 2017. I went to Paul Mitchell, and then that brought me to my first salon out in the suburbs. And then after that, I came down to the city.
Fantastic. Thank you all for the introductions. I didn't know you're Peterson as well. Is it spelled differently?
Pearson. Did I sound like
Pearson?
Did I say Peterson?
Pearson.
Okay, maybe I misheard.
Close. No. Like, did I say Peterson?
No.
No,
probably did.
It's very similar.
Yeah, it sounds similar. Yeah. So the first thing I noticed is you all went to Paul Mitchell. I'm not familiar with Paul Mitchell, so is that the main beauty school in Chicago? Is that where most people go?
I would say there's probably three big ones: Tricoci, Aveda, and Paul Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
I would say those are probably the most popular three that people decide between.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I toured different ones too, but Paul Mitchell seemed like they had their shit together there. We were like, all right, we need to get here. Yeah. And that's actually where Danielle and I met.
Nice.
So we became best friends right
awesome.
away.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. How did you guys all meet? What brought you all together?
Yeah, well, Danielle and I met in school together, became very close, and then graduation, we kind of went our separate ways. She went to one salon, I went to a different one. But if you want to say.
Yeah, so me and Tara went to beauty school together. That's how we knew each other from the start. And then, went our separate ways, and but always stayed, tied to each other somehow. And she was looking for other opportunities, and I kind of got her to come work with me because I adore her, of course. And Alexis was there working with me too. And just, you want to work with people you really enjoy and like being around. And so I told her to come work with me. And Alexis was there also at the time. So that's kind of how this happened.
The trio form.
Yeah, the trio form was working at the salon we were at. And so, I'm thankful every day for it because it's what brought us together.
Alexis, I want to ask you a question. When did you know you want to start in beauty school? What was what was the first thought?
Both my cousins both went to beauty school, and we all ended up working at the same salon together. Mm-hmm. So my cousin managed it, and then me and my other cousin were stylists there. So all three of us worked together, and I feel like growing up just watching them do hair for their friends at prom and dances and stuff like that, it just always intrigued me. I wanted to do what they did.
Yeah, great. Danielle, same question.
So my mom, I'm a mommy's girl, does hair. So, and she actually started a little later in life. So I watched, as I was growing up, she was going through beauty school. So I was around it from when I was 5 until, growing up. So I've been around it my whole life and just watched her and adored her. And she really put it into my head that if I really enjoy this, I could also, make it into a career and succeed doing something I love. So I owe a lot of it to her. She really pushed me to,
that's really cool.
Do something I love.
Yeah. And Tara, did you know in high school, like when was the initial point you kind of knew you wanted to do beauty school?
No, I don't have that kind of story.
Right, yeah.
But truthfully, I was a teenager and my mom said I needed to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked around the corner of my house to a salon and ended up just working there for $10 an hour, cash during high school, easy money.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I was spending time there and becoming close with the owner, the other stylists, I just saw how much fun they had, and I've always been a girly girl, loved doing hair, makeup, stuff like that. But truthfully, I was applying to colleges. I was like not going to beauty school whatsoever. And then just randomly, a girl was coming up to me saying, "Hey, I'm going to go to a beauty school."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "I know you work in a salon, if you'd be interested to come with." And I went with her and then literally signed up the next day.
Yeah.
I was so excited. Yeah. But I always kind of thought I was going to go to college and get some sort of business job,
Mm-hmm.
what everybody says kind of. But yeah,
You think you made the right choice?
Yeah, I do. It was a last minute decision,
Yeah.
but most good ones are. So
Definitely, I agree.
mm-hmm.
Love that.
How long does beauty school take?
Depended
Yeah.
on the program, but the full-time one that we did, it was 5 days a week,
Mhm.
no time off, and we got it done within a year.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
I think
okay.
I was there for exactly 11 months, but I also missed a few days, so that prolonged it a little
in
bit.
Illinois, you have to have a
Yeah.
certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
I believe it's 1,500 hours
Mhm.
that
Okay.
you have to get and complete to be able to graduate.
So it's during school, or is it an apprenticeship? You know,
I didn't have an apprenticeship in school.
No.
is that a thing?
No. It is now. I believe that you can gain some sort of hours towards your license if you are working while going to school in a salon.
Gotcha.
I believe.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You all worked for several years, before you started your own venture at Gloss. I'm curious to learn about, what the initial idea, the initial conversations were like, and, what made you pull the trigger?
I think us as a collective started to agree on a lot of things of what we want for not only ourselves and our career and how we're spending our time in the environment we're in, but also what we want for our clients.
Mm-hmm.
And as that conversation kind of started to open, we realized we want more control over all of those things, and just I think more control in general. And that's something you can't always do when you work under someone else. So we wanted to take a lot of the ideas we had and just, everything that we would want for a business, for our career, for our clients, and be able to really run with it and, do those things, especially together, because we know we can work together really well.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything you want to add to that?
No? I totally agree. And I think we had a come together moment where we sat down and we said 5 years from now, do we want to be in the same situation that we're in, or do we want, to push ourselves, want more for ourselves?
Yeah. And I think once we realized we can grow and there are more things to this industry than what we knew, it just put some fire up our ass. I'm not going to lie. And just hearing the support from our clients really was a big one. Okay, we can do this. We're strong. We can get through anything.
Yeah.
And what we want is possible. There's always going to be people and things that happen that make you think differently. But I think once that flame was there, we we had so much power and we were just hungry and ready to grow more.
It carries you a long way.
Yeah.
No, that's brilliant. Can you give me an idea of a timeline, during last year? When were the initial conversations started? When did you start looking at places? When did you start thinking of names, what to name it? All that fun aspects or creative elements of it.
So I think it was really within this past year is what really opened up our eyes to there's more. We can do these things. It's possible. So I feel like there wasn't a set day. It was just we just collectively started to feel that there's more and it's possible, like I said. And so
I would say probably the thought the thought of leaving and starting our own business wasn't really, it was talked about, but when we decided to actually make that change, Alexis came over here and toured some spaces, actually looking for herself at the time. And the manager here decided to let her know, like, hey, if you have multiple people that want to come, it's possible to create a bigger space within here and share it more as a collective than versus being by yourself.
Yeah.
So we all came over here beginning of November, and we toured. We actually saw one other space, which was over in the West Loop off of Randolph. Salon Lofts is basically a chain for all beauty professionals of all kinds. We have hairstylists in here, barbers, nail technicians, and estheticians.
One-stop shop.
Right?
Yeah.
Literally, you can get anything you want done here.
Yeah.
But we came over in November, signed the lease, and then originally we were planning on coming in February, right?
Can I jump back
Yeah.
to something real quick?
Yeah.
So when we came here, after Alexis toured and she brought us over and we did another tour together, 'cause she had already seen it and she raved about it to us. I think we, like the second me and Tara saw it and Alexis explained to us and Danielle, the manager, that we were able to have two spaces and work together and still have that salon feel.
Yeah.
It was just love at first sight and we were like, we're doing this.
We
Yeah.
signed the lease that day.
Yeah.
We came in, I brought them
like,
in.
wow.
We looked and we literally texted her as soon as we walked out the door. We were like, send us over the lease.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the second we knew that we would still be able to be together, which
Yeah.
is the main thing. And like our clients know each other, our clients know us as a whole.
Right.
Like
Yeah. They work
that was
with
something
you.
we didn't want to separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It was a very like,
yeah.
it was a great decision. Like it's
Yeah.
it's one of those
Yeah.
decisions you like walk out of and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
cheesy, but like, you know, just good gut feelings.
Yeah.
You have to follow them.
It's like
and
when you
that's
tour a
what we
really
felt.
nice apartment and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm signing this.
There's just
immediately.
something
Yeah.
in you where you're like, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah.
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 Awesome. What were your feelings before and after you signed the lease? You started like, opening this place up, decorating it. Walk me through like what you felt right before it and then afterwards.
I honestly feel like all three of us had a different kind of reaction. I know me, I was so excited. I didn't really feel any anxiety about leaving, coming and starting a new place, where I think the other girls were a little more just like nervous to jump into it. Like knew it was going to be good in the end, but it didn't hit them yet that this was like exciting. They were more like, okay, like these are the little things we have to do. So I feel like in the beginning when we first signed, we all had different emotions. And as we started getting closer and closer, we were all like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Being more confident in
Yeah.
the decision you made.
Yeah.
I was excited the second I saw the space and like just kind of daydreaming about like what this is gonna become. So I feel like initially it was excitement, and then once I came back down to earth a little bit, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot that has to happen before we can really celebrate and experience all the good that has come. But also we were just so ready to like get things done and moving and be in here that I didn't have a second to like stress or be anxious.
Yeah.
Once we were set and knew what was happening, we were like, let's go. It's go time.
Yeah.
Let's get this done and let's get here,
So how have the first 2 months been? Almost 2 months, approaching it.
Yeah.
What's been the reception? How do you feel about it? What can you fix moving forward in the next few months? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel like any business owner will feel like nothing is ever perfect and nothing is ever ready. We always want to be tweaking small things, putting up more artwork, kind of just overall making the space feel like more like a home.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have a long way to go with those kind of things, right? Like just trying to figure out what we want our vibe to be. But as far as operations and feedback and working, I feel like after everything was settled, it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Right? Like the piece of like coming into your own space, working with your clients, hearing the feedback from your clients that they're happy as well, and they feel at
Welcome.
home and comfortable here with you, I think that is probably the best reason that we could have ever done something like
It's
this
been
for
so
ourselves
rewarding
too.
yeah
But-
this is like, I don't know, this is my favorite place to be.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And
I'm very happy to
I
hear
get
that.
excited to be here.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave. Like
Yeah.
it's just to have something that's ours and only ours, and just seeing what we've already done with it. Like I have chills. Like it's incredible to see it grow.
And you can do whatever you want.
And we just
Mhm.
constantly want to better it, and just
Mhm.
what can we do for our clients that will make their experience even better? What can we do with the space that will make it even nicer? We're just constantly thinking of bettering,
Mhm.
and like you said, really taking
Mhm.
into thought like what our clients are feeling, not just how we feel coming in a day to day. Like we care about their experience. So
Gotcha.
and just, hearing each other too, and being mature and talking to each other, communicating, like that's something I'm really proud of us for too, because we're young and
That's
shit happens.
Brilliant. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Anything else that you want to add?
I just think the past 2 months have been a dream. I wake up and I'm happy. I'm just happy.
You look forward to work.
Yeah.
I look
Yeah.
forward to work. I just wake up and I'm happy. And I'm like, I get to finally enjoy doing my craft. I get to enjoy taking my time, working on beautiful colors and extensions, and I'm not worrying about what's happening to clients from now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just,
just the
I'm just-
connection.
yeah.
How
with
many
our
clients
clients.
have you guys been seeing? Per day, per week?
Do you want North stats for the month of January?
No. Just like how many people do you see every day? Because like
I think it really depends.
Depends?
Yeah.
It really
Okay.
depends.
Like,
Like,
it could go
if
from-
we have like a day full of colors, you could have like 2 colors and that could take up your whole day.
got it.
But if you have a whole day full of haircuts, you could probably do like 6 or
haircuts.
7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it really
Yeah.
depends on what you have going on that day.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Cool. You guys have been working together for, several years. 2 months here. I'm curious, and this is one of my favorite questions to ask. What do you admire about Danielle and Alexis? I'm gonna ask each one of you.
Yeah.
This
So,
is fun.
as a person,
Yeah.
and we'll get to work as well, but as a person, what do you admire about them? The
Aw,
one thing.
cute.
One thing, I have to
Mhm.
choose one thing.
Yeah.
She's many.
Alexis, I feel like I admire how much you are always wanting to help others. No matter what I need, you are always there for me. And your clients, you're always trying to solve problems for them. You're a great listener, and I feel like your want to help is what I admire most. And
That's so cute.
Danielle.
So cute.
I admire. It's hard to choose one thing for them. They are my best friends, but
Oh.
That's fair.
Stop, I'll cry.
I admire how much dedication you put towards the business. You are always wanting to grow. You are freaking amazing at social media. You know that. You're the only reason that we have a good Instagram. I swear to God. And anything
Thank
cute
you.
on our page, it's from her.
Aw, thank
But
you.
just how much you want to put your heart into the business and help us grow too. You're always pushing us to be better. So
Aw.
Awesome. I love
Sweet.
that. Danielle.
I feel like for both Alexis and Tara, I admire their brains because I'm a smart girl, but I'm very much on the creative side of things.
Gotcha.
As to also why I went to beauty school. I'm not great at math.
No, I mean, you don't have to be. You really don't have to
But they both have such big brains in their own way, and like so easily. So I just admire how smart they are, and I feel like open my eyes to so many things, and just they're just so smart. I like truly both of them are so smart in their own individual way, and they make me want to be smarter and make me want to be like they just
Be
I feel
better.
like that's about, yeah, truly.
Yeah. No, I love that. Alexis?
You guys are so smart.
For Tara, I think the thing that I admire most about her is the energy that she gives off. It's very rare that you see her in a bad mood, or even if she is, she will not show it.
Mm.
She just always is smiling and is trying to make other people smile and be funny, and it just is a very warm and inviting. She's just very warm and inviting to be around. What I admire most about Danielle is how hard of a worker she is 24/7. Like, she is always on Instagram. She is always trying to find a class. She is always doing something to better herself and her career.
Right.
Even when it's yelling at us for not sending pictures for her to post. She is always working towards something.
Gotcha.
Always.
Aww.
I think this is the reason that we are going to be successful and are successful, because we all have different strengths and different weakness. And what I lack is what Danielle brings, and what Danielle lacks is what Alexis brings.
Yes.
So I think that it's almost checks and balances with us, and especially the whole process of setting things up was super easy because we had the support of each other.
Right.
And
I feel like I can count on these girls no matter what for anything. And that's rare to find. Like so I thank God every day for them and just how strong we've become together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having two siblings. That
Yeah.
All the other conversations that I've had, the business founders or the owners, they all say being complimentary, having a skill that your other person maybe not be good at and covering that, and not stepping each other's toes and really like focusing on your own thing. That's seemingly what is the key to success. So that's great to hear. Okay. I guess you guys answered it work-wise too, so I don't have to like ask how do you compliment each other. So that's totally fine.
We did answer it work-wise. That's sad.
That's okay. No, it's both. It's
That's
like
okay.
it's a very close two questions. I think I don't get my hair done, colored, like I'm not your customer, but if for someone out there who's like in the market, like they want to find someone who they can develop a connection with and actually go to them consistently, why should someone come here?
Somebody want to answer?
I guess. Someone should come here because we know how to do great hair.
Okay.
For us, that's like the bare minimum is to
baseline.
do great hair.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think we have nailed that.
Yep.
Truly. And if someone doesn't absolutely love it, we're going to address it and fix that and really communicate with our clients. As well as we communicate together, we communicate with our clients even better. But I think also just the atmosphere and vibe of the space and just how we talk to each other and how we include everyone, like that's something we also care about very much. So if you want good hair, great hair, and a good place to get it at, it would be here. And
Gotcha.
Just to be comfortable and real. Or if you don't want to talk to us and you just want to chill, we're okay with that also. I think we're really great at reading the room.
Yeah.
And which is important.
And understanding who that person is.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else you want to add to that?
I think one more thing that's really big is sometimes in this industry, you're told to not be yourself. You're told to you want to be professional and you want to kind of be all these things that you're really not. And I feel like we have really stepped up in being we're our own person still. Like, if my client asks me something, I'm going to tell her straight up. Is that a good idea? Is it not a good idea? I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to pretend to be, well, obviously I'm a professional, but I'm not going to pretend to give you all of this stuff if I don't know what it is. And I feel like that's so important, that you just need someone that is going to be themselves and they're not being fake or trying to put on this persona that they're not.
Yeah. That happens a lot of work.
Yep.
So
sure does.
it's good that you guys feel comfortable.
I feel like our clients respect us a lot more.
Yeah.
For just truly being like our authentic selves.
And I think that's how we've gotten as far as we have, is from just being ourselves and not what anyone tries to shape us to be or how the industry changes. Like we're just staying true to us and what we believe in, and that's what's created this.
Okay, gotcha. So thank you all for being agreeing to do this and really putting yourself out there with this conversation. Really enjoyed learning more about what this world is all about. Again, I had no idea. I still, it's tip of the iceberg, really. You guys live it every day. Is there anything else you'd like to, kind of tell anyone who's watching or anyone who's maybe interested, anything you'd like to promote and then kind of, put out there?
Well, if anybody is looking for a new hairstylist or hair salon, $20 off your first time with us. And we would love to have you. Anybody and everybody is welcome. And
you deserve to have good hair. So if you're not getting it, you need to reevaluate. And if you're not getting it, you just know.
Yeah.
If your hairstylist isn't listening to you, reevaluate where you're going.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm getting my hair cut and I'm afraid to tell the guy.
See, you should not be afraid.
You shouldn't be though.
But your hairstylist should not make you afraid. You should feel very comfortable.
Yes.
Comfortable enough to say,
yes.
You know what, I actually like, can you like one that'll,
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you should,
And they shouldn't be offended. So,
I don't know. That's tough. We're going to work on that. But yeah, thank you, Tara. Danielle, appreciate your time. Alexis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was great having you guys.